Daisy Reed here today, coming at you with a Life Crafted. I knew I had the words on in there. The Life Crafted album using the brand new Cocoa Daisy Wayfarer Collection. It is very nautical and beachy themed. So I'm using beach photos that my bestie took. She took our boys to South Carolina, the beach, over last weekend. So I have some photos from that, and they're going to go perfectly with this collection. I have the idea that I kind of want to, I'm either going to use a lot of these rub-ons on this blue paper. Like I kind of want to make it look sort of distressed, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the direction I'm going. We'll see. Well, let's find out together.
All right, so I knew I wanted to use this lighthouse paper, but I didn't want it to be like a full scene across the page, so I decided to add this red and white stripe. I really like the nautical vibe. I mean, it obviously already is nautical, but I liked it though the way that it interacted with those blue and white polka dots, so I'm going to add it to this side over here too, and it's just going to give off a whole vibe in the middle. I really love it. And then I have two photos. One is one of them together, one is one of them like walking into the distance, and I really liked the photo of them walking towards the seashore, but I felt like it was pretty blank, kind of dull in color, because South Carolina beaches tend to be not cooler, it wasn't exactly cool, but like more misty, foggy sort of things than, you know, a typical tropical beach. So I decided that I wanted to jazz up the photo, and I was definitely going to use just a ton of these rub-ons. I'm going to use just so many of them, and it's going to come out so well. I really, really love the way that this whole page came out. So I'm going to add a title to the photo, and it's going to say "Life is Better at the Beach." I'm cutting apart this rub-on over here that says, it says "Life is Better" somewhere else. I don't really remember, but I'm going to cut it apart so it just has the "Life is Better." And I'm going to cut that bottom line off so that there's no separation between the "Life is Better" and the "at the." Oh, I really love the way that this title came out. So perfect. And we're going to add some arrows as well. So I'm cutting out most of this rubbing on part because, oh my gosh, this video was so long. It's still 13 minutes long. That's with me cutting out all of the rubbing on. So we're just gonna kind of skip through all of that. Like I'll show you what I'm putting down instead of adding the rub on time. So I'm going to start adding some things to the background. I love the way that those watercolor splotches just added a little something to that photo. Like that photo with those rub-ons, like I just felt chef's kiss. It was perfection. So I'm trying to decide if I want to add rub-ons to the other side as well, but I feel like there's so much going on the left-hand side that I don't want to add anything over there that's going to like detract from it. I'm going to add in some die cuts and things like that, but as far as adding to the actual page, I don't think we're going to do rub-ons. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to add rub-ons to the background of the white and blue polka dot paper, and I'm also going to create a pocket for a journal card behind the photo. I really loved the way that that peach looked behind the photo. I felt like it warmed everything up, and it also brought in the peach from the beach rub-on. But now I gotta pick a different card, because the card that I had pulled out that said travel log or something like that, it was too repetitive with the words on the photo. So instead I'm going to use this crab one, and I'm going to take my red line tape and I'm going to create rails for this card so that it has a nice little pocket to stick the card in. And then I'm marking the edges of where the card and the photo end so that I can not waste any of my rub-ons, and I can just put rub-ons in places where they will actually show. So I'm going to use this map rub-on in this corner, and I was going to put this one down here, but I decided it would be better if I put it over the photo. So I'm going to put the photo down with the railing first. So I'm going to pull this rub-on back up, and I'm going to pull off the adhesive tape, and I'm also going to stick down the edge of the photo with regular adhesive so that the whole thing is stuck down, because when I turn it over you'll see there's a whole edge of the photo that doesn't have adhesive on it. So I guess the cardstock mat that doesn't have adhesive. Okay, so now we've got that set up and set down. So I'm going to use the rest of this map down here in this bottom corner, rubbing carefully over the photo, the mat, and the background paper. Then I had just a little edge left, so I put it up here to sort of create that 3 points of contact visual triangle. I'm going to add some more rub-ons to the top up here. I want to use this compass and also this the best memories. So I'm going to put this down right here, and it's going to arc over the top of that compass, creating a really neat design that adds just a little something special to this pretty plain background paper, right? Just polka dots. And of course, let's do some seagulls and some more paint. So we're going to put this over here. Well, no, we're going to put it on this side so that it kind of creates a bridge between the two sets of rub-ons. Phew. All right, let's go back to this side over here now that we've pretty much got that rub-on extravaganza done. I'm going to put this photo up here. I was thinking about covering up the seagulls, but I kind of like the way that they look. So I'm just going to put this photo a little higher. It's kind of odd if you think about it. Like it almost feels like where that seagulls is, or where those seagulls are, is trapped white space, but it's not, because there's decoration there. I'm going to add the title to the bottom. I put down those die cuts. It says Island, and then I just use a ruler to lay out my subtitle. I guess it's a subtitle since it's smaller. To lay it out so that they have nice even spacing between them. And then I'm just going to stick it down by holding them all down and pulling the ruler out from underneath. And then fixing up anything that came up a little bit crooked. Okay, so now we have the title, and I'm still debating on whether or not that's trapped white space, but I've decided that it's not. So we're going to decorate the top left-hand corner of the photo with some die cuts. There is a ton of ephemera in this collection. Almost all of the die cuts are some sort of ephemera, so I'm going to use some of that as just decoration. I have that ticket that says 2, and I thought that that was appropriate, and it also brings some of that peachy pink over from the other side. And then I want to use some of these beautiful gold foil and vellum accents, so I'm pulling some of those out. I thought about putting this compass over the other compass, but I felt like it was a little bit too, like it stood out a little too much, and it just wasn't quite balanced. And I really like the rub-on compass anyway, so we're just going to leave it the way that it is. Sticking down this seashell. Okay, so I really don't use washi tape a lot, but I really, really love this washi tape, and I thought it was a good, not accent, but like the horizontal stripes and the vertical diagonal stripes, they were just like a good, I guess those are vertical stripes. It was just like a good perpendicular accent. I really liked the way that they worked together, so just covered up a little bit more of that photo. Really framing those kids in, but you know, I just covered up the the sand and the sky basically, so I had a lot of room on that photo to work with. I'm gonna add in some clusters of enamel dots as well. I felt like they did well to sort of anchor the whole clustered bits on each of these photos. So I did pink down here on the bottom, and then I'm going to do blue up here on this cluster. And I'm using the largest enamel dots, which I never do, but I felt like they worked on this page. Like, I thought it was good. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in, oh, well, not the last thing, but the second to last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in one of these on this day tags and then a chevron arrow. I'm going to stick this on this day here just sort of as an accent, and then I'm going to add the chevron arrow in. And once I started doing that, I really felt like this page was done. But funny story, my husband was sweeping behind me as I finished up this page because the cats had made like a giant mess. I had knocked over a box from Citrus Twist Kits, like an empty box that still had like all of the packing paper bits in it, but Citrus Twist includes like little confetti bits in their boxes when they pack them. So he's like, why are all of these gold seashells all over the ground? And I was like, gold seashells? Well, funny story, the gold seashells were just like sequins that were in one of these boxes, and I was like, that would be perfect for this page. So I decided to add in the gold sequins as well. So that is what I'm doing right here. You can see I'm kind of adding a bunch and then editing them, and then I'm going to staple them all down, just more so for anything than just to have the staples for like a little bit more of an accent. And then I'm going to call this layout good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There is a link to Cocoa Daisy in the description box below. If you are new to Cocoa Daisy and would like to start a subscription, you can use my name at checkout to get a coupon towards a future purchase when you do. All right, thank you.